guys, what's up? Welcome to the Ariel Show. I'm Ariel, and today I'll be teaching you how to prep for a music video. A lot more goes into the 3.5 minutes that land on YouTube to make a video, and so I want to kind of walk you through the steps today. That way you know what to expect when you get to film yours. So basically, as an artist, you'll probably come up with a concept for one of your songs, and it's really helpful to pick a really strong song, which doesn't always mean it's going to be your personal favorite. You want to pick the song that your audience is resonating with, because music videos are such a great promotional and marketing tool, probably one of the best ones that exist right now, especially when you're kind of like a smaller, maybe indie level band. Music videos are how you're going to get a huge bulk of your new fans. And so you want it to be a song that is going to convert casual viewers into like hardcore diehard fans. So keep that in mind as you're picking the song you want to do. Generally, you will get together with a director and you will discuss a treatment option for your video. And a treatment is basically the idea that you're going to have to take this song and make it into a visual, awesome representation and really bring the song to life. And there are two kind of common themes that most people do for their treatment, and that's either going to be a storyline theme or else a performance piece. And most videos have both, and that's really great because that way you can cut between the two and they can kind of work together to really make the song come alive and just like look freaking awesome. So the best way that I found to come up with the kind of treatment idea for the video is to turn it on, close my eyes, and just listen to the song and see what kind of visuals come to me. Generally, I'll have my laptop out and I'll be taking notes, and almost every time I will think of some, like $50 million blockbuster video where like everyone's jumping out of buildings and ninjas are coming after you and it's like super intense, and then you have to completely narrow it down because there's always time and crew and budget constraints, which means that you cannot make your first Hollywood directorial debut, and so you have to actually whittle down your idea to something much more bite-sized. The other thing is most of us will be able to come up with these concepts that would take an hour and a half to develop the storyline, and you have about 3 minutes, so don't get too crazy with this. I remember for our Make a Move music video, we had this concept for the idea, we worked with the director on it, and then one of my friends, after he saw it, he was like, so what's that video about? And I'm like, really? You don't get it? He's like, yeah, why were you like running around like tagging the walls? And I'm like, well, did you see what we were putting on the walls? He was like, no. And that was a huge part of the storyline, was that we were tagging the walls with something a little bit more thought-provoking. There was like a woman holding shopping bags that had the RX symbol on them, the skull and crossbones over fast food, just a little bit more interesting stuff than like icon for hire on the walls. But that completely went over my friend's head, and I always remember that sometimes you, as an artist, you see the vision, so you totally get it, but that doesn't mean that your audience is always going to understand what you're doing, so you want to make your idea idiot-proof, where anyone's going to get what you're saying. And then the performance piece is a lot more straightforward. You pretty much set up outside or in a warehouse, and you and your bandmates set up just like you would for a show. You generally have your instruments, you've got your amps, you probably as a vocalist have a microphone, even though having a microphone in a music video makes no sense. Just visually, it's part of the whole thing, and then you try to just perform like you would for a live show, but it's really weird to do it for a music video setting, and I'll kind of be going into that in a little bit. So besides the director, you might also be working with a whole camera crew. So the director will generally bring, groups of people to the table that they generally work with. You might get lucky enough to have a hair and makeup person. You might have a wardrobe stylist. All these people come together to really help you deliver like an awesome video. So it really is helpful to have people like that on your team that can help you execute the vision that you have for it. So go through your favorite music videos and think about what you like about them, and that can be a great way to come up with your storyline and also see like what kind of looks you like, if you want it to be darker, if you want it to be gritty, if you want it to be outside. Like, think through what videos make the most impact on you, and that can be a great way to get ideas for your music video. So leading up to the shoot is really fun because you want to take great care of yourself. I'm all about great self-care, self-love anyway, so it's a great time to kind of have a good excuse to do that. So that means maybe you want to get your hair cut, maybe you want to go shopping and find some really cool outfit. Maybe you just want to get a lot of sleep, make sure you're drinking a lot of water, make sure that you look and feel the coolest that you ever have in your life, because this video is probably going to be seen by a lot of your potential fans, and you want to be able to watch it for years to come and feel really good about it, feel like you look awesome. I like to get on Pinterest and create little boards about what kind of outfits I want to be wearing, my makeup look, my hair, and I'll just kind of create this whole look based on a combination of other looks that inspire me. That helps me for when I'm in my sewing studio sewing something up, or else when I'm communicating with the hair and makeup person or with my director, I can say, hey, here's kind of what I'm thinking, what are your ideas, and that way we can collaborate and come up with something great. And remember that you want to be discussing with your bandmates the cohesive look here, because you guys all want to look on the same playing field here. You don't want your drummer to be wearing like a wife beater and you're like super glammed up. Like, you want to look cohesive. And it's important also to maybe take a couple pictures, maybe even film it on your iPhone the way that you guys all look, because things do tend to look different on camera. So it can look really cool in person, just might not translate quite as well on camera. So you want to be keeping that in mind, especially if it's your first time. Also, on that note, if you and your band haven't played a lot of shows before, you guys, you're going to want to rehearse the song and try to look cool. Basically, try to look cool performing the song, especially if your video is predominantly a performing piece. If you're the vocalist, maybe turn the track on and actually lip sync that thing in the mirror and see what looks cool. See if you can capture some hand gestures or just like facial expressions that express the meaning of the song more fully. What you're trying to do is emotionally capture the vibe of the song, and if there's certain things that you can be doing with your body, with your bandmates, whether it's the headbanging or close-up shots or whatever, here's your chance to do that. So I wouldn't be shy about it. Play around, have a really good time with it. On the day of the shoot, the way that this works is generally for the performance element, the crew will just like push play on your song and it will come through the speakers or a small boombox, and you will just have to play your song over and over and over. And they will have to, now we're going to do a close-up on the bass player, and then you'll be over here and you'll just be kind of in the shot, but you still have to look cool in case you're in the background. And you will get so sick of your song. And the other thing is, it is really awkward to pretend to rock out at full volume with your songs when it's like coming out of a little speaker and you're going to have like 5 to 15 people just standing there looking at you. And they're not going to be like rocking out with you. You're not going to have the vibe and the energy of a cool live show. They're just going to be standing there smacking their gum and you're going to be like, ah! So it's awkward in that regard. And so maybe it helps to kind of mentally prep for that and be like, this is going to be weird. I'm still going to kill it. You know what I like to do before I go into something like a photo shoot or a video shoot or any time where I'm collaborating with other creators is I like to know what my non-negotiables are. What is my bottom line? What am I trying to get out of this? Because a lot of times there are some things that I'm really not willing to budge on that are really important to me. And then there are other times where I'm like, you know what? You know more about this than I do. That's your area of expertise. I'm totally going to trust you on this. And it's helpful to know kind of what is that for you before you go into something. That way you're not kind of like stuck in a weird spot wondering, is this important? Do I care about this? Am I being weird? You can just avoid a lot of hassle that way. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure here. All right, my last tip for you is pretend the camera is your boyfriend. This means you want to give it a lot of love. You want to give it a lot of attention. You want to give the camera your very best. It's just a fun way to have fun with the video, enjoy yourself, and make sure that you get a really awesome outcome at the end. So there you go. That's how to prep for your music video. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. We're trying to get the subscription count up to 20,000. We are almost at 13,000, so you guys are killing it. I also want to thank my lovely patrons for making today's episode possible. I want to give a shout out to Nicole Wilson, Shangling Jay, and Josh Galadaro. Those are all patrons at patreon.com that are helping make this thing run. And because they're supporting me, I'm supporting them, giving them some love. Thank you for making the Ariel show happen. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.